Hey guys, Bob here from Raw Strength and Muscle. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen my post today about how big I thought I looked before I went into the gym and did my workout. I just woken up, got to the gym, no gym pump, hadn't been drinking water, a little bit dehydrated. Worst case scenario, went to the bathroom and I saw myself in the mirror and I was like, Jesus Christ, I did not know I'm this big. Like crazy. Like I took a couple pictures, flexed, looked good. Did my workout, and then I'm like, after the workout, I had been drinking water. I had a gym pump. I did an upper body workout, so my muscles were pumped up even more. I was hanging from a bar to stretch out my upper body, and I'm like, my arms look skinny as all hell. Like, how did they get that small? Like, I thought I looked sick, okay? So, like, what's the difference between no gym pump, okay, and looking so huge? I, like, literally did not know I was that big, to going and being like, how the hell did I get that small? I feel like I look sick, okay, within an hour. And like I said, the after where I looked bad was with a gym pump. That was like the best case scenario for me to look big, and I fucking thought I looked small. So what I really want to talk about are a couple of things. First of all, muscle dysmorphia, okay? I believe the psychologists call it like body image disorder, okay? Which basically means that like, a guy could look at himself in the mirror, no matter how big he gets or how lean he gets, he thinks he's fat and he thinks he's small. And that can lead to massive health issues, okay? You could like just have no business life, no professional life, no social life, no family life, because all you have to do is I have to train all the time and eat all the time and sleep all the time. And you just become obsessed with your workouts. It could become unhealthy because if you think you're too small, you can maybe jump on like massive amounts of gear just to get big, never cycle off, just get big, big, big. Or if you think you're fat all the time, you could literally starve yourself down, and just, be very unhealthy because of that. So like I said, in the extreme, it's really unhealthy, okay? And it's a very dangerous problem to have, not just mentally, emotionally, but also physically. But like I said, that's the extreme. What happens with most people is they have like a degree of body dysmorphia, okay? You'll look at yourself, sometimes you'll think you're big, you'll think you're lean. You look at yourself, sometimes you'll think you're fat, you'll think that, that you're tiny, okay? You'll have a good workout, feel on top of the world. You have a bad workout and feel like, you've been wasting the last couple of years of your life working out, okay? And what the problem is, like the non-extreme problem, is that it will cause you to make decisions. Like if you think you're getting fat, oh my God, I need to cut my calories, drop my calories to zero, just start cutting, stop my bulk, whatever. If you think that you are not big enough, you're like, I just need to add more calories and stuff myself and eat more, in which case you get fat, okay? So what I'm basically saying is, while all these trainers talk about like, just use the mirror and ignore the scale, I really don't like that idea at all, okay? And I'm gonna give you guys a couple of examples. Like I said, like first of all, lighting, pose, flexing, angle, etc. All that stuff will make you look better or worse, okay? So you cannot really rely upon the mirror, okay? So what you have to do is you have to actually take like cold hard facts, not like I feel like I'm getting fat or I feel like I'm getting skinny, so I need to change this and change that. You need cold hard facts, okay? So what I suggest you do is look at the mirror, take progress photos, whatever you need to do, but do not rely upon them to change your workout or your diet, okay? I suggest that you monitor your physique progress, okay? And here are a few things, okay? First of all, if you work out, you need to have a book that has exactly, the sets, the reps, the weights, etc. that you use, and take notes if you feel really good or really bad, like this was a really strong set or like was a really weak set or something like that, so you know where you are, okay? Now, the fact of the matter is, if you are increasing your weight that you're using in the gym, and like with me, I don't lift weights, but like if I do dips with more weight around my waist than I did last week, I know I'm not losing muscle. I know I'm probably building muscle, okay? So even if I look at myself in the mirror and think I'm looking skinny, the fact remains, if I'm getting stronger or maintaining my strength, I am not losing muscle, period, okay? The same thing with, let's say, your waist measurement, okay? If your waist measurement is not going up, you are not getting fatter. Maybe you look in the mirror and panic because you think, oh my God, I look soft, or I look fluffy, or I look fat. But like I said, if your waist measurement's not going up, you are not getting fatter, period. Doesn't matter how you look, okay? Maybe you saw yourself from a good angle, a bad angle. It does not make a difference. The fact is, if your waist measurement's not getting bigger, you are not getting fatter. If you are not decreasing your weights, if you're maintaining or increasing the weights you use in the gym, you are certainly not losing muscle, okay? Within that, however, there are caveats, okay? So one thing that's very important is every time you measure something, you measure under the same conditions. So I time every rest between every set and between every exercise, okay? So like when I did, for instance, my 20 rep squats today, okay, I did 20 squats, took a 5-minute break. I literally set a stopwatch for 5 minutes. I was setting up the trap bar while those 5 minutes were running. And then I did, one set with one plate, warm up, waited 1.5 minutes, threw another plate on, waited 3 minutes, threw another plate on, waited 4.5 minutes. So basically, I time every single break between exercises and between sets within the same exercise, okay? And I adjust that to what exercise I'm doing. Now, the reason for that is, let's say I rest 5 minutes in between sets, do a great workout, and then the next week, I go ahead and I rest 1 minute, and I can't do nearly as much weight as I did last week. Did I lose strength? Well, it looks like I did, but when you consider that I waited 6 times as long last week in between sets, and now I waited 1/6 of that time, obviously I didn't get the same rest. Obviously I didn't recover, and obviously I wasn't prepared for the next set, okay? So judging your weight you're using in the gym is only if you do the same exercises in the same order, the same number of warm-up sets, the same reps for each warm-up set, the same rest in between exercises, the same rest in between sets. Then if you lose strength from one week to the next, you can say there might be something wrong because everything's the same, but I was weaker. Okay. Whereas, like I said, if you don't rest if you don't measure your rest between sets and exercises, you're not going to be able to use it as a judge. The same thing, for instance, with, let's say, your waist measurement or your body weight, okay? I will throw on 5 pounds of weight in a day. You wake up at 6 in the morning, measure myself around the waist, measure my weight. 6 o'clock at night, I will have 5 pounds more on the scale, and I will have another inch around my waist, okay? So that's just the way things are. I wake up in the morning, I use the bathroom, do not eat or drink anything, and then measure myself, okay? So you can imagine, just like if you didn't measure the time in between sets and exercises, the same thing applies here. If I weigh myself today at 6 a.m. and I weigh myself tomorrow at 6 p.m., I might throw 5 pounds of body weight on an inch around my waist overnight. Oh my God, I'm getting fat. No, I'm not getting fat. I'm just being inconsistent, okay? I have to every single time measure my waist, measure my weight under the same circumstances, okay? First thing when you wake up, don't eat or drink anything after you've used the toilet. That's the only way that you can consistently get the same results. Another thing I learned, it's funny, people sometimes ask if I have a personal training certificate. It's like, first of all, who cares? Second, I usually say no. And third, I actually do. I went to this course that was like 4 or 6 weeks long in the Army Master Fitness Trainers course. Really good course. We really did actually learn a lot. And one of the little hints that I learned was if you're measuring your waist, okay, because that's how people in the Army, at least back then, would do like a really shitty, inaccurate body fat measurement. But the bottom line was they'd go ahead and they'd measure you around the waist. And one guy was saying a lot of people wear spandex, like tight spandex bike shorts underneath their workout clothes. If somebody has a big waist, tell him to take that off. Okay, just wear his loose, PT shorts and kind of drop them down a little bit. Because what happens is if you're wearing spandex, it will push in on your fat, which will push out. The fat will spill over the spandex and it will give you a quote muffin top, I believe it's called. Okay, even if you don't have one. You could literally measure your waist naked, put on some spandex, it pushes your waist out more, measure your waist again, and all of a sudden, hey, guess what? I've gained an inch. How did that happen? No, you didn't gain an inch, you just changed your shorts. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm talking about. You need to be precise in everything you do. You need to be precise in how you measure things, and then you can say, listen, a month ago, I was doing squats with 225 easily. Now I'm doing squats with 185 and struggling. Something is wrong. okay? Last month I had a 33-inch waist. Now I have a 34.5-inch waist. Something is wrong, okay? And that's when you could actually say like, okay, now I need to change something about my workout. I need to change something about my diet, or both. Not just because you wake up in the morning and think you look good or think you look bad, and all of a sudden you just have this knee-jerk reaction to change your diet and your workout. Anyway, if you're interested in learning exactly how to do this, one thing that I haven't mentioned before, but I'm very proud of, is a module that I have called, how to measure your physique progress. And it shows you exactly every tip and trick about how to measure your physique progress and know when you should make changes, okay? As opposed to just winging it because I think I look good or bad in the mirror, okay? If you're interested in that, and how to get fat adapted, and how to build up to do your first dip, or to do your first pull up, how to build up after you've mastered bodyweight calisthenics to do weighted calisthenics, like, my last 2 sets were dips, 5 reps, 2 sets with 180 pounds around my waist. Yes, I'm bragging because that's fucking wicked awesome. Like, nobody's ever seen that before. Okay, it's friggin' awesome to be that fucking strong. Like I said, if you want to learn about how to do all of this, check out my 1-year physique transformation program. Links down below. Okay, it's called the Raw Strength and Muscle Brotherhood. It gives you access to my complete nutrition program. It gives you access to my complete workout program. And it gives you access to me, so I could actually help you anytime you get stuck or anytime you have a question. Anyway, rsambrotherhood.com. Check it out. The link is down below. Appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't yet, subscribe and sign up for notifications, because I'm putting out a lot of videos. Okay, it's Saturday. I'm putting this video out for you guys. And if you have any questions, I love answering your questions in videos. So certainly comment below, ask your questions, and I love making videos to answer them. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Subscribe, sign up for notifications. I will see you guys in the next video.